Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another FIFA 20 video on the FPL Connect channel. I am FPL Connect. For those of you who are visiting this channel for the first time, thank you, welcome. Basically, I was a Fantasy Premier League content creator, just to let you guys know. Obviously there's no football due to the coronavirus going on at the moment, so I decided, because I play a lot of Ultimate Team, I'd give some Ultimate Team content a go. So yeah, you can follow me at FPL_Connect on Twitter. I'm on there. This is where you can find any updates about any videos that I'm doing, and I'll put my Twitch streams on there, etc., and my YouTube content on there as well. And you can pretty much drop into my DMs and message me about anything about Ultimate Team or whatever you want. There for a chat, no problem. Anyway, today we're here to review Mr. Saint Maximin FUT Birthday. Picked him up at the time, and this wasn't this week, past weekend, the weekend before. I picked him up for about 1.2. It was about 1.3 mil. Now today he's 1.6 mil. It's a lot. It's a big difference. It's a big rise, but he is good. So back then I tried a 4-3-1-2, and he was up front with Sonny Aldo. Chem style wise, I think it's fairly easy, isn't it? We go with a dead eye because of the shooting, because the pace and the dribbling doesn't need a boost. So yeah, we're putting a dead eye on him. He's playing in the 4-3-1-2, and all the games that we play are in FUT Champs. So let's crack on into some games then. Quite excited I was to try this guy, to be fair, because if you look at the stat, you put the dead eye on the chem style, and you go onto FUTBin and you put that chem style on, he looks insane. And there was a lot of hype from the sort of pros and the YouTube players around him, YouTube content creators, around him. So I was excited to try this guy. And he's not normally the kind of player I would go for. Like I like to go for a really big star, and Saint Maximin of Newcastle doesn't really ring star to me. But anyway, he looked amazing. Now, responsiveness on the dribbling, that is something that is undeniable about this card. Can't believe De Bruyne missed that. The responsiveness on the card is ridiculous. Like there's absolutely no question that everything that you input is going to work with Saint Maximin. All the skills that you do, the little left stick dribbles, everything is there. That's one thing about this card that there's no question about. The finishing was difficult because we didn't, in these clips that I did, there wasn't really many chances to show off his finishing ability, and it was tough because I was doing a lot of different things on that weekend. I was doing I think I did 3 Twitch streams, and I was recording and trying out other players as well. I think I tried out FUT Birthday Hazard and Laka as well. Beautiful little burst from Son and a finish across keeper. Son was absolutely fantastic that weekend, and as I'll go on to say in a bit, Son was really at times was having to carry Saint Maximin, and I know that's going to sound like a bit of a shock, but he was, like, in terms of them two up front, Son was by far the better player. The reason for that, to be honest, I really don't know. I'm really not sure. Like, he started off the weekend league like a house on fire. Now, I don't like to judge it on the first few games, because the first sort of 10, maybe sometimes even 15 games, as Nedved gets in the way, or was it KDB? One of the two got in the way of what would have been a Saint Maxi goal. Yeah. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, he's I don't like to judge players on the first 10 or 15 because they're typically easier, not easy, but easier. And he was fine, but then in the middle, there was just a portion in the middle, and these games sort of reflect it, where he just wasn't getting into the right positions. He was, some of them you can blame me. In some of the clips you'll see, like, I haven't particularly chosen the right dribble or skill in that moment, but there was a fair period of time where he went missing, and it was noticeable because he just wasn't picking up goals and assists, and he just wasn't arriving into those spots where you want your sort of star man to be. And Son was, I'm telling you, was really having to carry him. So Yeah, it was a weird one on that weekend league with Saint Maximin, because there were times where you think like, wow, this card is incredible. Not sure how I don't get a penalty there, by the way. Virgil van Dijk showing a nice little drag back, doesn't get the ball. Not sure how it's not a pen. But yeah, going back to Saint Maximin, it was quite a strange one. I was expecting him to really blow me away. I mean, the dribbling was good, as you can see here. The dribbling is really good. It was my decision. The reason he lost the ball. The passing, the short passing was particularly good. Long passing wasn't. Anytime you needed to trigger a run and use Saint Maxi to play a ball in behind, that wasn't going to work. You can't really do that with this card. The short 1-2s here is great, but again, and then the shot as well, quite weak. I mean, I've taken it kind of off balance, but again, I don't know. For the coins, he just wasn't wowing me. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't a. I was expecting to be wowed, as Kubo demonstrates. Where the play. See, why is that not Saint Maximin? That's my problem. Like, with all my sort of goals in these clips, apart from the sort of I think the last video, but even the last video there was some examples. Saint Maximin should have been in that sort of position, making that run. He's got a high attack and work rate. He's got good position. There's no reason he shouldn't be popping up in those areas, and he just wasn't. He just wasn't getting involved as much as you would really want him to. Swear that was offside, by the way. Lovely finish though, not gonna lie, which annoyed me and ended up sending this one to penalties. I think we finished 24-6 this weekend. That weekend league. But we had a couple of difficult games, and Saint Maximin wasn't helping the situation. He wasn't being the sort of match winner. I don't like. You can see there the dribbling is good. You know, if you time the dribbling, there's nothing wrong with that. And when you do get him in front of goal and you work the space, he is going to finish. But I don't know. I just can't explain it. I think it's just base positioning. The fact I don't know what it is. Something about him being a winger that took away from his attack positioning movement. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't think there is a logical explanation for it, but he was just one of those players that positioning wise just wasn't good enough for me. Wasn't enough. This was an interesting penalty shootout. There was a lot of missed pens. I hate penalty shootouts on weekend league. I very rarely come out with a win. I'm thinking, right, let's start scoring some pens. Nope. Another save. Alisson. Can you do another one? Yes. Well, should have done. I said yes because I thought that was a save at the time, but no. Apparently not. Kubo. Another save. I thought at this point, I've lost. Ben Yedder. My biggest hate. Saved that little rat's pen. Oh, I hate Ben Yedder. And Son. And then we're back in now. 1-1. Can he save this one? Mbappe. Which way is he going? Which way is he going? Come on, Alisson. Now, Saint Maxi. Has he got the composure? Can he do it? Boom! So, yeah. Whilst he wasn't that good in the game, he scores the winning pen, which is good. It's not great. It's good. Let's be honest. It's pens are a complete lottery, and any of your players can put it down the middle like that. So it didn't really prove anything to me in terms of how good he was. Moving into the second game now after that penalty win, and this is where I think it was at this point in the weekend league where it started. I felt like it started to go a little bit downhill in terms of Saint Maximin's performance. Like I said, the first I think I played a patch of 8 games, and I think I went 7-1. And in that little patch of play, he was brilliant. You know, he was scoring goals, he was arriving in the right positions, he was making the right movements. But from about this point onwards, he struggled. And as I said before, I'm really struggling to understand why. I don't know. I really don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. It's just some players have that sort of positional awareness and some don't. It just felt like he didn't have that presence. Not the presence. the positioning, the ability to just be in the right place at the right time. Ball, and we get a bit lucky, but the pace here to get to the ball and finish, that, his pace, his dribbling, and his finishing when he gets the chance, honestly, all brilliant. I can't fault that in terms of his power shot finishing and his pace and dribbling. There was not, and his short passing. Sorry, there was nothing wrong with any of that. He was deceptively strong as well. That was another thing I was quite sort of pleasantly surprised about this card, was that he did. When he got into some physical battles with defenders, he was holding his own. He was doing okay. Strength wise, he's not too bad at all. But for me, it was just all about the positioning, and it's especially if you're going to use this guy for a cam or an ST spot. For me, it's all. See, that was gorgeous play from him, and should have ended up in a goal. Good save, and should have gone across keeper, I think. But yeah, like in spells, he did really good. He was good. He was tight on the ball. Some nice link-up play. But there was just other times where he struggled. Like I say, he just went missing, and it was one of those things where you can't really explain it. As I concede to this shapeshifter Messi, who was a real problem in this game. Shapeshifter Messi, as you'll see in a moment. Into Saint Maxi, what can you do from here? Nice little ball roll. Everything's nice and responsive. That was my bad. Should have left my pulled away from the trigger on the acceleration. But again, Leo Messi causing me issues. Lovely ball. Pace on Salvio. Nice little Maradona back to Leo, and then kaboom! I thought I had my player on the edge of the box covering that finesse shot, but apparently not. Lionel Messi on the edge with his finesse shot. He's always going to end up in a goal, sadly. What a finish that is. So yeah, we're back 2-1 down. So we're 2-1 down now. Oh yeah, so now in these moments, I'm thinking, right, this is the kind of game where you want someone to grab it by the scruff of the neck. Good play. That was nice. Slots him through. Son in the right position. Bang, finish. So that was good from Saint Maximin. That was some nice play there. Some good dribbling. A really perfectly weighted pass into Kante. Patient. Good movement, good passing, no problem there. Back in a game, and as I was just saying before, that you want your star man to grab these kind of games by the scruff of the neck, but he just wasn't doing that. That was nice, but again, good strength there, good battling. That was unlucky. Mendy was in the right position there. Yeah, I just wanted him to grab this one by the neck. Do something special to wow me. Good strength. See the strength there? Good strength from him. Body to body. But there's an example of his long range or his sort of through ball passing. Now there was space down the right flank, to put that in down the line for. And I think it is part of that can be blamed on the fact that the game is poor. Like in terms of its those long range over the top passes are very sort of temperamental. I get quite lucky here with Rooney. Blocks a shot and then I get the rebound. That's a pretty nasty way for the guy to concede the goal. But again, it's Rooney that's getting onto the end of it and creating the chance rather than Saint Maximin. Picking up the ball, nice. Look, you see, that was a good way to pass, but I got blocked off, so that would have been fine. But typically, whenever I went for those sort of over the top through balls with him, they didn't work. They weren't working. His long range, sort of longer range passing, middle to long, wasn't good at all. Definitely not a part of his game. So for me, he's got to literally play on the right or as a striker. I wouldn't play him cam. I just literally keep him on the wings or put him up front. He does make good runs. In terms of if you're attacking quickly, he'll make good runs into the channels and stuff. He'll use the channels to get down there if you're playing him as a striker. But in terms of just positionally, being in the right position at the right time, that's what you want from a striker. He doesn't have that, and I think that was my main issue with this guy. Sadly, I wanted to be able to say that this guy was just first class because I watched videos of him myself online. Nick Run the Foot Market did one and said he was unbelievable and there was no faults. And loads of others were saying exactly the same, that he was just incredible for the value. And I thought, right, well, this guy's got to be the real deal then. And I was expecting to be wowed on multiple occasions, and I just didn't get that. I didn't see that, sadly. So I don't know what I was doing there, waiting around for something. But just applying a contract on Mr. Trent. Squad fitness, always important. Start your players at optimum level. Get Zizou with that contract. Zizou's my guy. I think he was the manager the first time I got Elite this year. And since then we haven't looked back. Elite 2s, 2 Elite 2s. I think I've hit 5 Elite 3s, 4 or 5 Elite 3s as well. Big Zizou. It's the dream one day to get Zizou as my box-to-box and my manager, I think. So yeah, up against a decent team here. Some nice players. Prime SEM. That Bergwijn was incredibly annoying. Does anyone come up against Bergwijn? The strength on that guy, my God. Absolute beast. I was thinking of getting him myself, to be honest, but I don't like locking in coins into my attack. I don't mind doing it for really good defenders, but typically like to keep my attack open in terms of the, who we use, because lovely little 1-2, create the space, give it back to De Bruyne. He's not going to miss that. I love those little tight 1-2s, giving the ball back exactly where it came from. Such an underrated, move in FIFA, just to quickly pass it back the way it came. Very often your opponent's going to, that kind of little 1-2 there, he just didn't have a clue. Sissoko didn't have a clue there, diving in on me. It's such a powerful move just to go straight back. People are always going to sort of, not many guys are going to and try to anticipate or sniff, as I call it, the quick little pass back when they're very close to each other. Nedved winning a free kick on the edge of the area. It's not my forte. I have a little cheeky look, I think, but then decide against it quickly, and then it's just lovely. Little movement from Son, showing one way, fake shot inside. De Bruyne making the run. Who's there? Sissoko. Why again? Why is that not Saint Maximin? Do you know what I mean? This is my point. Why is that not Saint Maxi right in that position where Sissoko is? Sissoko's my CDM, my stay back while attacking CDM, and he got in there. I know it was a free kick, so he would have been in there because he's tall, but you know what I mean? The striker's got to be in there. He's got to be right there waiting for the pass in the middle. And Saint Maximin often wasn't doing that for me. But Sissoko on that occasion did. 2-0. Comfortable against this fella. Nice passing around the back. KDB. Little tease. Little tease from KDB. See you later, mate. Where did you go? Saint Maxi, what can you do now? Lovely turn. Just turn on a dime. Lovely. Sending one way. 1-2. Unlucky. Unlucky. But you can see the responsiveness and the pace of turn. It's left stick dribbling when you get going. It is so quick. Lovely little burst. Wrong decision again for me to roll it inside. Should have rolled outside. But yeah, some questionable decisions sometimes for me with Saint Maxi, but the guy completely leaves me. I wanted to test here is across the shot, because some players can put those power shots across the keeper, some can't. You might have looked back on that and said, right, well, you should have gone near post there, really. Probably should have done. But to be honest, I'm not convinced it would have flown in near post, either across or near post there. I'm not sure that shot would have gone in. But we get a goal out of it. Went across goal. Son, right position. That's a striker. Being in the right position at the right moment. That's what makes the best strikers. The best goal scorers. That's what sets them apart. Sonny baby's got that. Son Aldo. Love that red Son. He's been an absolute gem of a player. Not sure what I was doing here. Oh, I know, yeah. Yeah, we've got him there, Desai. We've got him. Now off we go. Quick passing. Move it quick. Keep your opponent on the back foot. Just quickly moving that ball, shifting it quickly. Moving it up. Got away with that one. De Bruyne gets it back for me. Off we go again. Move it quick. One touch passing. Sonny, baby, what have you got? Oh! Son. Oh! Just passes it in. Oh, the fake shot on the keeper. The little heel to heel. See, this is what I mean. Son. Just saying to Saint Max, come join me up here. Come join me. This is the level I'm playing at. Saint Maxi, you're not at my level right now. Not at my level. And he wasn't. But to be fair, the next goal is flames from Saint Maximin. This is the potential. This next goal showcases his potential. Here we go. Lovely free flowing one touch passing move. Lovely 1-2s, good movement, good pace, sitting people down. Of course, this guy's getting annoyed. Woo, see you later. Keeper comes out, turn around. Woo, see you later. Finish. Beautiful. So now that's where I got excited. And that's the type of thing you want to see often from a player like him. The player with those kind of stats, that's the kind of goal and move that you want to see him do. And I didn't see enough of it. I saw very, very little of that. So, in conclusion, is the card worth it? Is the card worth it? Now, as I said at the start of the video, I paid 1.3 million roughly for this guy. And at that time, even at that time, I think it's a stretch to say it's worth it because, and I don't want to go into this too much because I'm doing a player review on the guy I'm about to refer to, but there's a Angel Di Maria is another 5-star combat. Now this guy's 900k. If you compare him to this Saint Maximin, it's honestly, I'm telling you, it's not even close value wise. That's 700k is a big difference. It's a massive difference, and I'm telling you, Di Maria is better, 100%. I think all the sort of big attackers in FUT Birthday are better than Saint Maximin, and this is just my opinion, but he just went missing. That can't happen. If you're paying over £1 million for someone, that can't. Even if you're paying like 800, 900k, that can't happen. If you're playing him as a RAM, it's a bit more acceptable for him to go missing on the odd occasion because the wire players don't get aren't as involved as the central players. But yeah, as a central player, I don't think he's good enough. He hasn't got the finesse shot trait. He hasn't got the outside of foot shot trait. I'm not saying you can't have a ST or a cam. You can't. They've got to have these traits if they're going to play cam or ST. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean that he's limited without those things. Without those two things, he's limited as a finisher, and he doesn't have the base finishing. Now, a lot of people question whether these chem styles are actually do anything or not. And this is the first. I always believe that the chem styles were the chem styles. They give what they say they give. Some people don't believe that. This is the first time I doubted that. Now I doubted his finishing and his attack positioning, specifically the attack positioning. I know the attack position is already quite high at base level without the chem style, but yeah, it didn't feel like 99. With the Dead Eye on, it's 99. It didn't feel like that. He definitely went missing for a long period in the middle of my weekend league, and it just wasn't good enough. But there's plenty of pros with this guy. Like I said, the responsiveness is unbelievable. 10 out of 10 in terms of dribbling. You can do literally whatever you want. It's on a dime. You can left stick dribble. He completes all the skill moves exceptionally well. As you saw in the video, I don't perform a lot of 5-star skill moves, if any, really. I don't really use them that much, so I couldn't really test out, and you wouldn't have seen too much of that. So I can't really have an accurate say on how good he was with the 5-star skills, but I'm betting he will complete them very, very quickly. So no problems on the dribble in front. The strength, the physicals were good. He was quite strong. He was holding his own. His short passing is good. His middle to long range passing is not very good at all. But in terms of quick 1-2s, it's absolutely perfect. There's no issues there. And yeah, like in terms of actual finishing, when he got in front of a goal, and you set it out well, he was scoring. He was smashing them in, no problem. It's just literally the main thing was just him not being in the right place at the right time. And for me, at the price you're going to pay for him, it's an unforgivable thing for me. So I'm going to have to give this guy, I'm going to have to say 8.7 out of 10. It's definitely not. I think there are better players. I don't think he's value for coins. I literally do think even FUT Birthday Hazard, FUT Birthday Griezmann, 100%, even Lacazette, Di Maria, 100%, is way better value for coins in terms of what they give you than Saint Maximin. For me, he is a winger, nothing else. If you've got loads of coins, you've got a really, really good team, then get him for your Ram. But if you're thinking of a star man for your Cam or ST, do not get Saint Maximin. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think his positioning is good enough for those. So yeah, that's my opinion. That was my review of Saint Maximin. Like I said, look on the channel for any more player reviews. I'm also going to be I'll be doing like I said, a FUT Birthday review on Di Maria, and I'll definitely be doing some FUT Champs streaming on Twitch at FPL Connect if you want to follow me on there. Hope everyone's staying safe during this time, and yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.